From temporary to permanent. Understanding the Visa 801 journey. The path to becoming a permanent resident in Australia with your partner is an exciting one. It often starts with a temporary visa. This is usually the temporary partner visa, Subclass 820. This visa lets you live in Australia while your permanent visa is processed. You can work and study here with the 820 visa. It is the first major step towards settling down in this beautiful country. Think of it as the initial phase of your long-term journey with your loved one. After this, you look towards the permanent stage, which brings more stability. This crucial first step lays the foundation for your future life in Australia. The next important step is the permanent partner visa, Subclass 801. This visa grants you permanent residency in Australia. It means you can live in Australia indefinitely with your partner. You get access to more services like the comprehensive Medicare health scheme. The 801 visa is what many couples eagerly aim for as their ultimate goal. It provides long-term security and a strong sense of stability. Achieving this visa is a very significant milestone in your migration story. It officially confirms your place in Australia alongside your sponsoring partner. It allows you to plan your future with much greater certainty. Australia's partner visa system is typically a two-stage process for most applicants. You apply for both the temporary, Subclass 820, and permanent, Subclass 801 visas at the same time. This means submitting one main application and paying one main government fee initially. The Department of Home Affairs will assess your eligibility for the temporary visa first. If they grant you the 820 visa, you then wait for the 801 assessment to take place. This waiting period is usually around 2 years from the date you lodged your initial application. This time allows you to further establish and strengthen your relationship. So patience is certainly key during this extended processing journey. This essay will focus primarily on the second stage, the Subclass 801 visa. We will explore in detail what you need to do to be successful. We will discuss the important requirements you must meet for this visa. Understanding this permanent stage thoroughly is absolutely crucial for your success. We aim to make all this information clear and very simple for you to understand. This way you can feel well prepared and confident for this important step. Let's unlock your path to Australian permanent residency together. Your journey to the 801 visa effectively starts with gaining the right knowledge now. To be eligible for the Subclass 801 visa, specific timing is very important. Usually, you become eligible for the 801 visa assessment approximately 2 years after you first applied for the combined 800-2800 firsts visa. The Department of Home Affairs will generally contact you around this time. They will send an invitation for you to provide more information and documents. This additional information is for the permanent stage of your partner visa application. So it is essential to keep a close eye on your email and postal correspondence. Always make sure your contact details are current and correct with the department. This simple action ensures you do not miss any important communications from them. The most critical requirement for the 801 visa is maintaining a genuine and continuing relationship. This relationship must be with your Australian partner, who sponsored your initial application. The Australian government needs to be completely sure that your relationship is authentic and ongoing. They will carefully check if you are still together and remain committed to a shared life. This principle is the absolute core of the entire partner visa program in Australia. Your life together as a couple should clearly demonstrate this continuing bond and commitment. Every piece of evidence you provide should point back to this central fact. It is not just about being married or cohabiting. It is about the genuine depth of your partnership. You must generally still be in the relationship with your sponsoring partner. This typically means you're living together as partners. Or, if you are not living together, you are not living separately and apart on a permanent basis. Your mutual commitment to a shared life must be clearly evident to the department. The government looks for substantial proof of this ongoing connection and interdependence. Temporary separations might be acceptable, but only if there are compelling reasons for them. Crucially, the intention to resume living together permanently must always remain clear. This continuous relationship is a fundamental pillar for the grant of the permanent visa. Any significant changes in your circumstances must be reported to the department promptly. However, it is important to know that there are special circumstances that are considered. Sometimes, very sadly, a relationship can break down after the 820 visa is granted. If this happens, you might still be eligible for the 801 permanent visa in some situations. This can occur, for example, if there was domestic violence committed by your sponsoring partner. Or it could be if you have children from the relationship who need care. Another difficult situation is if your sponsoring partner has unfortunately passed away. These are all very serious and sensitive situations. Specific rules and evidence requirements apply in these exceptional cases. Seeking expert advice is absolutely crucial if you find yourself in these circumstances. When it is time for your Subclass 801 visa assessment, you will need to provide more documents. These documents are absolutely vital to show that your relationship is still genuine and ongoing. It is essentially an update on your life and relationship since the 820 visa was granted. Think of it as adding more recent chapters to your shared relationship story. The Department of Home Affairs needs current proof of your continued commitment. This evidence should cover the period since your temporary visa was granted up to the present. Being well prepared with all your paperwork is extremely key to a smooth process. It is wise to start gathering this information early if possible before you are asked. Your evidence should comprehensively cover 4 main aspects of your relationship. First, there are the financial aspects. You need to show how you share finances. Examples include joint bank account statements, evidence of shared bills, or assets you own together. Second, there are the social aspects. You must prove you are known publicly as a couple. This can be shown through photos together at events, joint travel records, or invitations addressed to both of you. Third, commitment aspects. These demonstrate your long-term plans and knowledge of each other. This includes things like making significant joint decisions or having wills that name each other. Fourth, household aspects. This shows how you share your daily life and domestic responsibilities. This could be a joint lease agreement or mail addressed to you both at the same residential address. Statutory declarations are also a very important component for the Subclass 801 visa. Both you and your sponsoring partner will each need to complete a new statutory declaration. These declarations solemnly affirm that your relationship is still genuine, continuing, and mutually exclusive. Additionally, you will generally need to provide at least 2 statutory declarations from supporting witnesses. These witnesses should ideally be Australian citizens or permanent residents who know both of you and can attest to your relationship. You might also need to provide updated police checks from Australia and any other country where you have spent significant time. Sometimes, new medical examinations are required, but this is not always the case for the 801 stage. Always check the specific request list from the department very carefully. There is good news regarding the government fees for this permanent stage. There is usually no separate government application charge for the Subclass 801 visa itself. This is because the main visa application charge you paid when you lodged the Subclass 820 visa application also covered the 801 permanent stage processing. So, you generally do not need to worry about another large government fee at this point. However, it is important to budget for other potential costs that might arise. For example, there could be fees for obtaining new police checks or undertaking medical exams if they are required by the department. Furthermore, if you choose to use a registered migration agent, such as BMS Global, they will have their own professional fees for their expert assistance and guidance through this important second stage of your visa journey. The journey to obtaining a permanent partner visa can sometimes feel quite overwhelming and complex. There are many forms to complete, numerous documents to gather, and strict criteria to meet. It is a very detailed and incredibly important process for your future life in Australia. This is precisely where expert help from a qualified professional can make a very big difference. BMS Global is a firm that specializes in Australian migration law and visa processes. Their experienced team possesses deep knowledge and understanding of partner visas, including the 801. They can guide you meticulously through each step, making it clear and manageable. This professional support helps ensure your application is as strong and complete as possible, maximizing your chances of success. Life can be unpredictable, and sometimes, unfortunately, relationships can end. If your relationship with your sponsoring partner breaks down, it is undoubtedly a very stressful and difficult time. You might naturally worry a lot about your visa status and your future in Australia. It is absolutely vital to get professional legal advice immediately if you find yourself in such a situation. BMS Global is highly experienced in handling these complex and sensitive visa cases. They can explain your available options carefully, clearly, and with great compassion. As mentioned earlier, there are specific provisions within migration law for certain circumstances, such as family violence. Knowing your rights and the possible pathways forward is crucial during such a challenging period. BMS Global has particular expertise and a strong track record in handling highly sensitive situations. This includes partner visa cases where the relationship breakdown tragically involves domestic or family violence. Australian migration law has specific, important protections for visa applicants who are in these terrible and dangerous circumstances. If you or your dependents have experienced family violence perpetrated by your sponsoring partner, you may still be eligible for the permanent visa. BMS Global can assist you in understanding these provisions and help you gather the necessary sensitive evidence. They will handle your case with the utmost care, respect, and confidentiality. Their expert guidance can be a true lifeline during such profoundly difficult and emotional periods. They also provide assistance if your sponsoring partner has sadly passed away during the visa process. Securing your permanent partner. Visa Subclass 801 is a major achievement and a joyful milestone. It generally involves proving your ongoing, genuine relationship for approximately 2 years after your initial combined 800-2800 first application. You will need to submit updated documents and continue to meet all relevant eligibility criteria. BMS Global is dedicated to helping you navigate this final, crucial step towards permanent residency successfully. Their extensive expertise can simplify the often complex process and significantly ease your worries. They are adept at handling various complexities, including difficult relationship scenarios and other challenging issues. For expert, reliable advice and unwavering support on your Visa 801 application, you can confidently reach out to BMS Global. Contact them today for a consultation at info@bmsglobal.com.au or call them on 1800 000 BMS, 1800 000 267,